Hello, this is Bryce on the floor coming at you with another tennis improvement video. And today I would like to talk about the keys to hitting an excellent serve. So I'm going to make future videos about how to hit a serve in really fine detail. And each of the steps that we go through in this video, we're going to talk about in future videos. So you want to turn into that in the near future. But this video is meant to just be a broad video about the basics of hitting a great serve. So before we get into the serve, I want you guys to understand the importance of breathing when you're serving and breathing when you're playing tennis, because that's going to make everything a lot easier. Okay, so you want to establish rhythmic, conscious breathing before you go into your serve technique and progression. Okay, so if you've ever seen a weightlifter, you'll notice that they inhale and then exhale out when they're about to lift their weight, and then that gives them more force and more strength to lift their weight. And it's also very similar when we're hitting a serve. If you can get rhythmic breathing in and get that inhale and exhale in, that's going to vastly improve your serve. So first thing that we have to keep in mind when we're talking about the serve is the continental grip. Refer to my grip video that I made earlier. So continental grip is at panel 2. So you want to count it. Panel 1, panel 2, and then you want to connect the knuckle and the heel pad to panel 1 and 2. Remember, you don't want to cheat on your continental grip, because if you can't get the continental grip right, then a lot of other things in your serve are going to break down. So make sure you have your continental grip and make sure you understand your grips. The next thing we have to understand about our serve is that our serve isn't coming from the arm or the legs or our strength in our body. That's not what's going to create the power in our serve. What creates the power in our serve is the kinetic chain. All right? It's how our body works together to create a powerful serve. All right? It's all working together in unison. And our technique builds the framework for our body to build that kinetic chain. So, we got our continental grip. Now we're going to start putting the weight on the front foot and then transitioning to the back foot to start that kinetic chain. So we want to start the weight on the front foot and then slowly transition to the back foot, and then the next thing we want to do is toss. When you toss, then you want to turn. And notice how I'm bending. So ideally, when you're going to serve, you're going to bend into the court and your body's going to be turned. All right, and what that's doing is that's establishing that kinetic chain. And that's what's going to make you be able to hit really powerful serves. So we're going to take it from the top. Continental grip. Going to put that weight on the front foot. Slow, conscious breathing. Moving to the back foot. Tossing. Extending the arm up. And then turning. Okay, and bending into the court. The next thing we want to think about is elbowing the enemy. All right. If you watch some of my videos I made years ago, you'll understand what I mean by elbowing the enemy. So elbowing the enemy is basically when you're going to serve, getting that elbow straight back. All right. So you don't want your elbow here or down. You want that elbow straight back. We have to understand serving is very similar to throwing a ball. So if you want to understand the serve, look at quarterbacks. Look at people that throw baseballs, okay? It's very similar. So if you ever look at a quarterback and look at them closely, what they're going to be doing, they're going to have that elbow back, and then they're going to throw the ball forward like that, okay? So serving is really similar, okay? So when you're going to serve, you want to make sure to elbow that enemy. It's a really important tip. So we're going to take it from the top again. Continental grip, conscious breathing, weight on the front foot, transition to the back foot, toss, turn, elbow that enemy. Okay, try to extend that arm up right before you're gonna hit the ball into the serve, and then now we're gonna start our racket work. So you're gonna get the racket back and then move it forward into the ball. Okay, so one thing you want to do when you're moving the racket and you're about to hit the ball when you're going to serve is you want to avoid palm up, okay? That's one of the biggest mistakes I see players make. And a lot of the reason players make that mistake is maybe they're not in the right grip, or or maybe they just don't understand that they're not supposed to hit palm up. That's one thing I actually struggled a lot with. Because actually it's logical to hit palm up. However, we have to kind of be taught to avoid palm up and then move into the ball like this. The reason we want to avoid palm up is because that slows down the racket head speed and the efficiency of our swing. So look at yourself in the mirror, videotape yourself, but you want to try to break the habit of palm up when you're going to serve. Okay? And then you want to serve palm down. All right, so we're going to take it from the top. Slow rhythmic breathing. Start the weight on the front foot. Transition to the back foot. Toss, turn, elbow that enemy. Avoid palm up. Move forward into the stroke. Then we're going to meet the ball in front here. And then this is where we're going to make contact with the ball. And then we're going to hit away from our target and finish with our arms crossed like this, with our body facing the net post. All right? So it's a little bit deceptive when we're going to hit a serve, because when we're going to, at our finish, we're actually hitting away from the target. It's also very similar to throwing a ball. Notice what happens when I throw the ball and what happens to my arm. Okay? I'm going to throw, and then it's finishing that way. Same thing with the serve. When you're serving, you want to try to hit away from the target. Okay? And then finish with your arms crossed like this. All right? So, those are the keys about hitting a great serve. And we're going to start on the front foot, transition to the back foot, toss, extend that arm, elbow the enemy, move into the swing, avoid palm up, make contact out in front, hit away from the target, and then finish cross arm like this, all right? And you want to make sure your body is facing the net post. So, those are the keys of the serve. You know, it's really, really complicated, so it takes a lot of practice. Do shadow swings, videotape yourself, get feedback. But if you can learn these keys, you're going to be able to hit amazing serves. So that's all for today. Tune in to future videos, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, great luck out there on the tennis court.